Salza, Frieza is planning to attack Lord Cooler. Please, notify him.
Of course, but what will you do?
I'll keep an eye on Frieza. I'll contact you as soon as he makes his move.
Hey, it's Zarbon! What? Are you scared, you shrimp?
Shut up, you lazy fool! I can't stand your stench!
What? How dare you?
You're nothing but an insect compared to me.
Well, what did you say?
So this isn't necessarily a plot hole because there are a lot of potential explanations for it. But if you remember correctly, Zarbon was the one ordered to get the Ginyu Force. And the narrator specifically said he did not go do that. So I can only assume that either Frieza went to get the Ginyu Force himself or ordered another soldier to do it. But then he would know that either Zarbon betrayed him or was ignoring his orders or was dead. So the only real way for this situation to make sense is if Frieza assumes one of those things, and that's not out of question. Since Cooler actually is here, Frieza has way more important things to worry about than Zarbon, but he still has to know that Zarbon's up to something or dead. But Frieza is also wearing a scouter, so shouldn't he be able to detect Zarbon's power level? Then again, maybe he has a function built into his scouter where he can filter the shadier power levels so Zarbon's doesn't even show up. I mean, that's a whole lot of theorizing, but the situation really is just plain weird because they go out of their way to show you that Zarbon did not contact the Ginyu Force, and then the Ginyu Force show up anyway.
You... What are you?
First Dodoria, now you. There really should be a ban on this sort of ugliness.
Lord Frieza.
As much as I detest anyone more beautiful than myself, I hate ugliness all the more, and oh, just look at you! It's all going according to plan. Luck is on my side.
Sorry, guys, but we've got to do something!
Yes! Did it work? Eternal beauty is mine!
Good for you, Zarbon. Good luck. Gotta go.
Well done, Zarbon.
Lord Frieza!
Listen, Frieza, we weren't trying to betray you, alright? Those guys used the Dragon Balls before we could stop them, and we were gonna catch them, but then they teleported away, and it's not our fault, we tried our best. They stole the Dragon Balls right out from under us, and you're not buying it because we were gone the whole time when you told us to look for the Ginyu Force, and that was probably very suspicious. Maybe Zarbon should have considered that disappearing immediately after receiving a direct order from Frieza might have messed with his plan a little bit. And Zarbon was kind of fucked either way, right? Because he came here because he sensed Porunga's presence. and he would sense that presence regardless of whether Zarbon wasn't being very suspicious. Look, I wouldn't have to ask so many questions if the story weren't so weird about everything. But we can still say the character motivations are fine. Those are all intact. I mean, I guess they forgot Dodoria was a coward, but they needed you to fight someone there to fill in some space. So the thing about Frieza's first form, at least his AI, is that he really likes the Death Beam. Like, a whole lot, and every time he gets the opportunity, he will use it. If you're persistent and engaging in a long-range battle with him, the only thing he will do is charge up, use Death Beam, charge up, use Death Beam on repeat. You might be wondering where Cooler is right now, and I have no idea. His position on the planet is kept kinda ambiguous throughout the story, and that's probably for the better. Do you ever get the feeling, this weird feeling, that these battles aren't a good representation for what happens in the story? Just a weird nagging feeling I have.
Here goes! Finish off with this!
Finish!
His strength, it's unbelievable.
Biting the hand that feeds you? I can't believe I was fooled by such trash.
But I can't die. Eternal beauty is mine.
Fool! Appearance means nothing when you no longer exist.
What? Is that the one the Earthlings were talking about? Is that Goku?
I can't sense Krillin or Gohan. What's happening?
Oh, they're not here anymore. They went back to Earth.
I'm not sure what's going on. But that's the bad guy called Frieza, right?
Yes. Oh, please help me fight him.
More garbage, huh? This is really starting to irritate me.
I love the idea of Goku arriving on the planet really late and confused because Zarbon accidentally helped the good guys. That's just a really funny plot point to me, and it's very weird. This whole story is very weird, especially since we have Goku helping Zarbon now. But even both of them together can't beat Frieza. The cutscene before this one, and all the cutscenes after it, make me think that this story was intended as something of a comedy. And I don't mean those normal people comedies, I mean those artsy comedies where the joke is that life is shit. To further this hypothesis, I would like to point out that during the last cutscene, Zarbon apparently did not consider that dying would get rid of his eternal beauty. That apparently never crossed his mind, at least that's what his expression and voice told me. He let greed get the better of him, and he didn't think anything about the consequences, and he kept going deeper and deeper in, and now he's getting increasingly more desperate. And there's a lot of tragedy and death, but some of it is funny in a surreal way. Does this remind you of anything? Yeah, I'm absolutely positive right now. This side story is 100% influenced by Fargo. This is the spiritual successor to Fargo. Forget that TV series. This is a masterwork, and it needs to be made into its own anime with original characters. But in all seriousness, in the opening narration, they do say that Zarbon wasn't thinking about the consequences. And that doesn't fit with some of this story or Zarbon's character, but it is a decent explanation for why he's being so reckless and kinda stupid.
He sure is strong. And he's not even using half of his true power.
What? Are you serious?
Not bad, Earthling. Now perhaps you'd like to witness my true form. So, he's finally shown himself. I'll be back for you. Don't think you can escape.
Man, their energy is incredible! I'm not sure I can handle this.
Goku, we can use your spaceship to escape from Namek.
Yeah, that might be our only choice.
Zarbon and Goku made their way to Goku's ship in an effort to escape. However,
Forget it, Zarbon.
You! How dare you!
somehow, Dodoria and Goldo had survived.
Stay away, you filth!
Goku has no idea what's happening anymore, but he's just along for the ride, man. These guys seem bad, right? It's probably okay to punch him. Dodoria's AI is even harder this time than it was last time, and Goldo's AI has gotten a boost as well, and this is the hardest fight in the What If story. I mean, it is if you don't use that exploit. So hey, it looks like things are mildly alright for Zarbon. Sure, Krillin abandoned him, but he has Goku now, and there's really no one else that you could be safer with. I do want to give this story credit for making Zarbon an ambiguous ally of Krillin and Goku. Like, he obviously doesn't care about Krillin or Goku any, but they fight alongside a few times. That may not seem like a super big deal, but they could have made this story a lot worse by trying to turn Zarbon into a good guy or reform him. It still is a fairly standard greed makes people idiots and then they die story, but at least it's that. And that story archetype is very fitting for Zarbon, so they did a good job choosing that particular one, even if the specifics are a bit weird. And this What If mode also gets the award for making me skip through a fight for the first time, because this fight goes on way too damn long, and there's just not nearly enough to talk about for this story.
Finish! This time, Zarbon was unable to withstand his enemy's attacks.
Oh, I feel sick.
Hey, we gotta get going!
Suddenly, Goku vanished. Krillin had used the Dragon Balls to teleport him back to Earth.
Goku, where are you? What was that crash?
The clash between the forces of Frieza and Cooler had already brought planet Namek to the brink of collapse. Zarbon boarded Goku's ship and attempted to fly to safety, but to no avail.
How do I make it move? How? Oh, the planet! Oh, my beauty is going to perish!
Namek was destroyed. A beautiful and terrible light shone in the darkness of space. Thus, the story of what might have happened to a fool obsessed with his own beauty has come to its tragic end.